Elon, what the frick has Elon been doing, bro? I haven't even looked into the situation because every time I'm about to cover it, bro does something else stupid. All right, everyone, welcome. For those who are unaware, Elon Musk has been caught. Basically, Elon played Diablo 4 a while back, and when, like, people started going nuts because apparently he was like a top gamer in Diablo 4. People were like, "How exactly is this guy playing so much Diablo 4 and also running a company? What a wacky guy!" Anyway, so Elon really liked that, I guess, and so for some reason, when Path of Exile 2 came out, which I'm a big fan of, I love the game, played it a lot. I got how many hours do I got into that? You want to see something depressing? Oh, you want to talk about no life? I got 276 hours and a half in the game. I love this game. I can't not play this game. It's you don't understand. I'm obsessed. Anyway, Elon, for some reason, seemingly has gotten himself to the top of the leaderboards in this game. But when he did a live stream playing the game, it was pretty freaking obvious that he did not know how the hell to play this game. So, there's been quite a bit of controversy in regards to that. Let's go ahead and see what the latest news is. I'm sure Upper Echelon here is going to break it down for us, hopefully from scratch. And, that way I don't have to explain it all to you right off the bat. Let's go. Wrong button. Now let's go.
All right. Obviously, the very big story lately, you've probably all seen the headlines, is how Elon Musk might be faking his Path of Exile 2 gameplay. If we're being completely honest here, he's obviously faking it. But with every single major video game outlet and commentator giving their opinions, I wanted to weigh in myself and see if I can't do a sort of much more comprehensive top-down overview, because I think a lot of people are fixating on individual aspects of the story without looking at the broader picture. Obviously, the title is a little bit extreme, I'll admit that, but what exactly should you call it when the world's richest businessman, who's supposedly going to send the human race to Mars with his various companies, also happens to have the incoming president's overwhelming favor as he gets appointed to official positions in government reform for the most powerful
Leader of Doge
nation on Earth? What exactly do you call it when that man is outright faking his own prominence in popular video games, claiming to be either one of the best or the actual top speedrunner in Diablo 4, one of the top 10 global players in Path of Exile 2, hardcore Path of Exile 2 at that, and systematically misrepresenting himself as better and more talented than he really is, as far back as the 1990s. I call that pathetic. Here's the thing.
And that's the best part about all this. There's like no good reason for it. It's like, why? People would respect you more just for being like a chill CEO, smart dude playing the game, just to play the game. Sorry, I just saw my turtle doing backflips. Oh my goodness, that's so cute. Sorry, has nothing to do with nothing, bro. I just saw him do a cool little backflip. Oh. He like knocked one of his shrimps off the like little platform that I have for him onto the water, jumped in the water, and then did a little backflip to catch it. Oh, it was so cool. Alright, sorry. What was I saying about Elon? Got distracted by turtle. I got the attention span of a squirrel. Anyway, that was stupid, Elon. What you doing, bro? Keep going. Play.
To properly explain just how sad this whole saga actually is,
I gotta clip that. What the hell? That was so cute.
And we need to cover a number of different games because the most recent accusations of faking his Path of Exile 2 progress by using an account that someone else has progressed for him, despite...
Yes, let me know if y'all want, like, I am so down to make a live stream of my turtle. Like, while I'm streaming, you guys can just sort of watch my turtle. That would be so cute.
Those accusations being the most immediate and the most damning by far.
I do have a lot of pets,
recent accusations from Path of Exile 2,
I'm getting a leopard again. Sorry,
they don't
different
actually
topic.
tell
We'll
the
talk
full
about that
story,
later.
not by a long shot. To really get inside the mind of Elon Musk, supposed master of gaming, business genius, political revolutionary, tech mogul, and internet troll, we have to start by talking about Quake. I'll get there to Path of Exile 2, but as the controversy picked up steam, old clips began surfacing rapidly, where Elon Musk had said things like this.
It's not a super long-term career being a pro gamer. I was semi-pro back in ancient times with Quake. So I actually made money had the first paid tournament in the US.
Nice.
And we came second. We would have come first, except I was the second best guy on the team. Best guy on the team's computer crashed halfway through the game. so we came second in the end. But I put ridiculous amounts of time into Quake.
That's interesting to me, not just because I used to
And,
personally
and,
know.
and it's like one of those things where it's like, okay, well, I might believe that. I might believe that. Okay, sure. And then we move on with our lives because it's like, okay, sure, yeah, all right, makes sense. But it's like, is this such a point of pride that you gotta freaking like nobody like you got like I need to freaking like I gotta freaking tell like
know someone who was
I gotta do whatever it needs to be done to make sure that my reputation as a hardcore gamer remains unscathed. Like, what the frick? What are we doing here?
Quake player, but also because the way he makes it sound, the only reason that he didn't win the first ever cash prize Quake tournament was because a player on his team disconnected. He was the second best on the team, and they would have won, but not for this unfortunate circumstance. That's pretty impressive. Just to underscore that point, here's a clip on Lex Friedman where Elon Musk reiterates that he was maybe one of the best Quake players in the world.
And I'm pretty, admittedly I'm 52, so my reflexes are not what they used to be, but I have a lifetime of playing video games. At one point I was, maybe one of the best Quake players in the world. I actually won money in what I think was the first paid esports tournament in the US.
Well, just to provide a little bit more context now, the early Quake scene, at least from a tournament perspective, is very difficult to analyze. There's not a whole lot of documentation about whatever this team event might have been. And sure, you can find fragments of testimony here and there from anonymous accounts on various gaming forums actually corroborating that Elon Musk was part of a runner-up team in some sort of early event. But the thing I want to focus on is his repeated claim that he was one of the best Quake players in the world. Let's talk about that. As much as the very early Quake tournament,
I gotta be honest. And this is gonna be, trust me when I say this is gonna be the weirdest, like, out of nowhere thing. But I'm gonna take Sonic Fox as an example here. Mortal Kombat, professional Mortal Kombat player. Like, every time bro goes up on stage, it's like, oh, Sonic Fox, number one at this championship, number one at this championship, number one at that championship, second place at this championship, first place at this championship. There's like, there's a whole freaking resume, like, when they come out of the freaking, to compete. Like, if you were the best in the world, Elon, like, there would be, there would be a freaking, like, there'd be evidence.
is incomplete in its documentation.
People would still be talking
Other
about
parts
it.
of Quake history are carved in stone. And one of those indisputably historic moments was a tournament called Red Annihilation, where the grand prize was a brand new red Ferrari. This is like video game bedrock history back in the day, where 1,900 initial contestants slowly chipped away to reveal the final winner, Dennis Fong, aka Thresh, who would be immortalized as, quote, the world's first professional gamer, which is a hell of a title. Here's where it gets funny, though. I couldn't find any evidence whatsoever that Elon Musk competed during Red Annihilation, which was very clearly the pinnacle Quake esports event of the time period, for anyone even remotely capable of having a shot at it. But going further, during an interview with DJ Wheat, former CEO of Twitch, in 2020, Dennis Fong, aka Thresh, the first ever widely recognized professional Quake player, had this to say at roughly 33 minutes in, specifically mentioning Elon Musk by name.
Well, actually, I mean, it was funny. Like Elon Musk, he's known as a huge gamer. We used to play in the same Quake server almost every day. I'd see him on. He'd be playing as Zip2 was his username, and a really good buddy of mine. He was okay.
Hold on, Dennis. Hold on. Was Elon Musk any good?
He was okay. I mean,
you could be honest.
He wasn't very. He wasn't very good. But my buddy,
damn, calling him out like that.
Right?
He's still an OG.
I don't know about you, but that doesn't really sound like the type of nervous laughter that you would get when talking about someone who really is one of the best players in the world. That sounds like the type of chuckle you give when you know that the player's dog shit, but they're also the richest person on the planet, and you don't really want to piss them off, or just outright insult them. So you keep saying, he was okay, before finally laughing and admitting, no, he was not very good. Contrary to
Yeah, see that what that was him being like, I don't want to say anything bad because there's still like a 10% chance possibility that Elon someday is gonna invite me over to chill and play video games or something, you know? And then slowly realizing, yeah, Elon's never gonna freaking invite me to play video game. Like it's never gonna be a connection there. I'm just gonna say it.
To the public
It's like, there's no
persona
way,
that
there's no
Elon
way
Musk
Elon
puts
ever
forward
freaking comes
now
back
with
to say
regards to his
hello to me.
gaming
Like there's no,
accolades, no.
he don't remember
No,
me.
he
He don't know.
was
He don't.
not one of the best Quake players in the world, not even close. But at least he did play the game, which is something, and he
Yeah.
loved hours while getting to know the culture. So in that sense, yes, he is a gamer, and I do kind of respect him for it. At least
Hell
I
yeah,
would have.
mad
Jumping
props.
forward through time, we get to our next example.
No. See, that's the thing. In this game in particular, on Quake, he's absolutely a gamer. He's just a bit of a poser. Bro's more bark than bite. He's just one of those shit talkers on Call of Duty that always be talking about carrying, but bro's always at the bottom of the leaderboards. Like they have like guaranteed, he's always at the bottom of the leaderboards.
Elon the Gamer, which is Elden Ring. And I have to preface things right now. This is where I genuinely sort of respected him. Of all the information I looked at while making this video, Elden Ring is where I looked at the guy and thought, I don't know, yeah, that's maybe kind of relatable. He's just a guy having fun, appreciating video games, and that's pretty cool. Sadly, that feeling was extremely short-lived, but here's what happened. In 2022, Elon Musk replied to someone on Twitter, someone who said that they were struggling with Mage while playing Elden Ring, which is arguably one of the best games ever released at this point, at least in my view, and that they would appreciate his wisdom, with big air quotes around the word wisdom there. Yeah, he responded by giving a few tips and posting a screenshot of the build that he uses, which seemed, without mincing words here, like total garbage. But at the very least, it felt like a legitimate thing that he probably came up with himself. The stats were completely botched, the choice of equipment was ridiculously bad.
Yeah, hold on. I gotta see what all of this is. I believe that very first item is a DLC item, which I have not. Is that it looks like it is. I haven't tried the DLC yet. It's $40. Please let me know. I will definitely get the DLC. We'll definitely play it. In fact, I want to do that before the standalone game comes out. I'm hoping I can actually do the standalone game with Taos, because we actually been playing a little bit of Elden Ring on the side. That looks like a staff. Secondary is that rapier. Actually, you know what? Fair, because that one's the one that that's the one that what's his face, the freaking wizard guy gives you. The guy who gets like afflicted with the like death curse or whatever the frick. You know him, Rogier. That's his name. Yeah, Rogier. And I think it starts off with like a plus something, like a +6, +7 or something. It's freaking insane. It's wild. At least for like it's a free freaking like already upgraded sword. So it's really nice. It does all kinds of magic damage, so absolutely would stack. Moonveil is a good katana, absolutely stacks with intelligence. So I mean, frankly, not bad at all, especially for me who I like to use I didn't really play an intelligence build really, not much anyways. But especially for builds that I do as like mage. Even though me personally, I prefer to do more dodge than shield. I prefer to do a staff on one hand, sword on the other. I can see someone doing this. Absolutely. I wouldn't wear Rodan. Is that Rodan's armor? I probably wouldn't wear Rodan's armor, but I could definitely see him putting that on just because it has like the best stats in the game. Not the best helmet, but okay, yeah, sure. Definitely wouldn't use that. Yeah, no, this is like I get it. I feel the same. This is absolutely a build that could be good, could be bad. I mean, this I can definitely see somebody running this. Like just somebody who's just enjoying the game, 100%. Not really meta, not really anything.
And even from the perspective of someone who isn't an expert when it comes to Dark Souls or prerequisite.
Bro, you gotta boost up your vigor. Dude, bro is playing like real risky here. But then again, he has some of the best freaking armor, so you don't really need the vigor if you got that much armor
software
too.
Games before Elden Ring.
Bro is chonky though,
the way he built the character.
Yeah, heavy load. Like this is like he's gonna be fat rolling constantly. But I guess he's just tanking.
2 shields in the same hand at the same time. Also, they're both physical while fat rolling, which is probably the worst way that you could ever progress through a Souls-like because you
Is that a physical shield? I thought that was the. No, it's not. He's right. He's right.
Increase your iframes, which is
I thought that was the
something even
mirror
a
shield.
novice
It's
player
not.
would immediately realize. And he had somehow leveled to over 100, while at the same time having an item that gives him the strength required to use Moonveil, which is a broken weapon when the game first came out, but choosing to never put the few points required directly into strength, instead focusing completely on intelligence for some reason, which is one of the most dysfunctional ways that you could build a mage character. It's like a child.
Beyond 60, yeah. Beyond 60, you're just wasting your point. Like those points there, honestly.
It doesn't have any actual high-level gaming experience.
Unless it's unless
We're
you're
not
doing it
mad at
specifically
them,
for a
obviously.
requirement.
At least they're having fun. You can't be mad at them.
I don't
But
even
you
know
look
what
at
spells
it
would
and you're
require
like,
that high of
"What the
intelligence,
fuck
though.
were you thinking?" Still, that was pretty obviously something that he put together
Maybe
himself,
Renala's Moon.
because no one with any authoritative knowledge whatsoever of anything to do with the game would ever advise him to do that, which makes me, at the very least, respect him as an actual player. Yeah, he's supposed to be a genius, and no, this was not the way that a genius builds an Elden Ring character. But hey, at least he's actually playing. I'm not kidding when I say this. Elon's build, right? Build became a widespread meme. He got clowned on for this, with major publications even just roasting him for an entire article.
See, they roast him, but they roast him because they all metagame. They all metagamed it. Elon, from that, if you could convince me he didn't metagame at all. He went in there completely blind, and going based off of everything I see there, he purely went based off of pure stats, a pure stats oriented build without knowing the meta, without having knowledge of soft caps, hard caps, things of that nature. You know,
creators doing challenge runs
I
where they
totally
beat
made
the
a
harder
build
bosses in the
just
game
like
with
this, if
shitty
not
setup.
worse.
And I have to wonder,
The first time I played
genuinely
Dark
wonder,
Souls 2.
if him getting laughed at so much for so long about how bad his character build was is the reason he did what he did more recently with Diablo 4 and Path of Exile. I don't know, but I think it's a genuine possibility. Regardless, jumping ahead again, we arrive at Elon's appearance on Joe Rogan in late 2024. It starts right away with this right here.
So are you in the top 20 in the world or
Yeah.
top 20 wow, in Diablo?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Do you want to tell everybody your handle?
I love Joe, but he really just sort of takes everything at face value sometimes.
No, don't tell him. Don't tell him. It's not worth it.
Well, they actually listed me with my actual name in the list.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, okay, that's awesome. And then again, a few seconds later, he says this.
If you think about StarCraft or any game like Quake, any game where a lot of people are playing, to rise to the top, you have to be exceptional. Period. As a human being, there has to be something exceptional about you.
Yeah, actually, if I mention Quake, way back in the day, I was one of the world's best.
Oh yeah, so this is the thing. The glazing from Joe is a little bit all right, come on.
We talked about this.
Yeah.
No, you weren't, but that's okay because maybe he's actually talented when it comes to Diablo. This is where I have to be a little bit technical because right around the same time, as in a couple days before that, actually.
Look, I'm gonna say this though, as somebody who knows a very little bit, haven't played Diablo, but I know a little bit about that. Diablo is a little too complicated for the majority of people to understand the mechanics of, and so it's not as easy as a game is like Path of Exiles to be like, oh, he obviously doesn't know what the hell he's doing.
Elon was posting Diablo 4 speedruns on his alternate Twitter account with just a hilarious name, some of them dropping below 3 minutes for a certain dungeon called the Pit, and this is kind of maybe impressive. I'll try to keep it as simple as possible, but basically he was doing content speedruns with progressively faster times, then stating that he was top 20 in the world on Joe Rogan, after which, on November 20th to be precise, a few weeks later, he posted this and said, quote, "So many life lessons to be learned from speedrunning video games on max difficulty. Teaches you to see the Matrix rather than simply exist in the Matrix. Diablo tier 150 finished in under 2 minutes." End quote. Here's the part that matters. All of these rankings are based on a website called Helltides. And even right now, Elon's previous 2 minute and 45 second clear time is listed at rank 55. That's impressive, right? Especially when the verbiage around all of it is, he's top 20 in the world at this game. But after he posted a sub 2 minute speedrun, it got even worse. There were articles all over the place about him now being the #1 Diablo 4 player in the world, on planet Earth. But what happens when we look at the actual full picture? Contrary to what it sounds like, Diablo 4 doesn't have rankings like that. There's no official leaderboards in the sense of speedrunning any content. And the website that Elon was using is actually a community-managed self-submission kind of leaderboard. In addition, it turned out that during the specific window of time where he did this speedrun, Diablo 4 had a glitch. Spiritborn, the class that he and every single other speedrunner is using because of how strong it is, was able to glitch the game and achieve quintillions of damage per second. I'm not exaggerating, by the way. Literally quintillions, as in billion, trillion, quadrillion, quintillion. Numbers so big that the human mind stops really comprehending them, which let the character instantly delete every single enemy they would ever hit. Now, the clip he made doesn't show damage numbers, because if it did, they'd probably look like this. They're so glitched out that they even go negative, actually. But the usage of this exploit is the
See, that's awesome, though.
reason that he was able to just instantly walk in and kill the final boss while achieving a world record sub 2-minute time. However, it gets better, because remember that this leaderboard isn't official. The way that people get themselves ranked on this board is to take a screenshot of their time or do a recording of their run and submit the evidence to the website moderators, which right now, as I make this video, has only been done roughly 1,600 times ever for at least the category that he's doing. There are 9 submissions pending at the moment, but back when Elon was talking about this stuff, back when he was doing it as the #1 player in the world, there were only 800 submissions. If you really think about what that means, the picture sort of necessarily changes, doesn't it? Elon Musk wasn't #1 in the world, let's clarify. He was the fastest submitted time to this website, where only 800 clips had even been submitted ever at all. And he was the fastest of this maximum 800 people by using a completely broken damage exploit, which let him outperform the competition for a very, very short window of time, after which he no longer submitted anything again. Elon Musk was not, just to reiterate, he was not, N.O.T., the #1 player, Diablo player in the world. He was the fastest of a minuscule self-reporting sample size for a non-official leaderboard, speedrunning one type of dungeon using an openly broken exploit for a tiny sliver of time, when not even a fraction of 1% of the game's player base even competes. That's it. Let me just hammer this.
I mean, yeah, but I feel like it's literally just a matter of, like, the fact that Elon is, in any way at a top performing, like, leaderboard. It's just sort of at that point the news just sort of sensationalizes the title, to draw more eyeballs in. So I'd say if anything, it's more like he's the top famous Diablo player, because that's really what it comes down to.
This point home, because I think
it's just
some
that
people are probably going to
it's just sensationalized titles,
miss the point. So let's say I play League of Legends or Counter-Strike or any sort of round-based game, Marvel Rivals, any sort of round-based game. And I go to a third-party website where there's a maximum world record kill count per game kind of leaderboard, right? Some people have 30 kills, 40 kills, 50 kills per game, right? Really impressive stuff, but some people have 20, some people have 10. And I get an 86 kill game in League of Legends. I get 86 kills in League of Legends, which is crazy. And I go and I put that out there, and I'm #1 on this website, right? This leaderboard website, I'm #1, I'm the best in the world, but only like 500 people have ever even submitted a score to that website. It blows my mind that anyone takes this man seriously. You cannot go and then say, I can.
Listen. Teams that win the United States Championship have won the World Cup, okay? It's basically the same, I
cannot ever say, I am #1 in the world at League of Legends in kill count because I got this crazy high kill count and only 500 or 1,000 or 2,000 people in the entire community of League of Legends have ever even submitted a score to that same leaderboard.
Yeah,
right?
well, maybe other people should submit a score.
Against no one. you're not competing, like you're not even on the same wavelength as the best players. You don't exist to them because they're not competing on that one tiny little minuscule website where you happen to submit something. To make things worse, the Diablo 4 community had allegations of him falsifying his progress and purchasing gear with unsanctioned methods and third-party stuff due to how quickly he had some of the best items in the entire game. But none of those allegations came with credible proof, and he really did seem to know what he was doing, at least from a very, very basic point of view. So for a short span of time, a lot of people in the video game community genuinely believed that Elon Musk was a world-class gamer. Unfortunately for him, all of that would come crashing down when he tried to pass
I feel like most people, even if they believed it, sort of assumed that he was like, he had that sort of like, he had that PayPal, he had that like, he had that account, that credit card linked to, he could get all the best stuff to get through it, you know what I'm saying?
Off as a top 10 hardcore Path of Exile 2 player and just completely destroyed his own credibility. This is where I have to reference another creator because they were the ones that sparked the whole thing off with a very detailed analysis, and that person is Quinn69. There's a detailed video on his channel linked down below, which really just showcases how Elon Musk, in at least some of his gameplay, was openly using an account that he did not and could never have leveled himself. However, the sheer hubris of how he acted and what he decided to do goes quite a bit beyond the single performance, so I'm just going to list off some of the things that happened here, which turned him into a...
Bro, have we even reacted to the actual official Quinn video? I've been seeing clips and clips and clips of Quinn, but I haven't actually watched the original video, have I?
Complete joke of a
It's not even that long. You know what? We're going to react to it immediately after this.
Absolutely zero spatial awareness.
I got to see it for myself, too.
Knowledge. He had supposedly farmed 9 citadels in less than the first 2 weeks of the game being live. A lot of people watching this probably don't know what that means, but to put it very simply, it did not happen. He's full of shit. Next, he not only had 1, but 2 different top 100 characters on the hardcore ladder. One of them at rank 59 called Kekius Maximus, which was level 94. And then the other at rank 7 called Perseverance. And Quinn's video has way more detail about why. But when demonstrating himself playing...
And one thing I have to say too, it's like, it's not that it's necessarily impossible for Elon to have done that. It's quite a few citadels, but you gotta understand that in order to accomplish something like that, bro, you would be... You would have to be a live streamer, like non-stop playing. Like you'd have to be like Darth Microtransaction playing non-stop on live on stream, farming for this stuff. You get me? Or you'd have to go and like buy actual like orbs from those shops that sell orbs and like buy all the equipment you need, some of the top tier gear, like
these characters. It was
on the market,
like
watching damn
a kid with next to zero game knowledge, misusing, misclicking, and misunderstanding fundamental and very basic in-game mechanics that no player ever, with the ability to legitimately get a character to rank 7 globally, and this is a real leaderboard, not a joke garbage leaderboard that doesn't mean anything like the Diablo stuff. This is a real one that actually ranks everybody. No person that legitimately can do anything at that level would ever be screwing up like him and acting like him, ever. Want more? Okay. He logged in and was testing a stream with Starlink while fighting the Arbiter, which is a pinnacle endgame content boss. And when that character died, it was revealed that
the Arbiter
the
of
name
Ash
was Monke Business, which was a character from the Hong Kong region primarily, where the trade messages allegedly defaulted to Mandarin characters. And with his most recent top 10 account, the account was online and grinding content actively while Elon was having a live broadcast with Alice Weidel, who is a co-chair of the AfD, which is a right-wing populist political party in Germany.
Oh, okay. So Elon was live on stream while also what you didn't know is that he was actually live streaming the game onto his phone with his Steam link. What the hell you call it? No, the Nvidia stream. And so cloud streaming. So he was like playing it under the desk while he was doing the podcast.
Elon was mousing over gear that he was wearing on his character, saying things like, it's low level and not the best, or due for an upgrade, when the gear that he was showing is so good, you can't even buy it on like the entire player trading marketplace. Items as good as the ones that he was wearing almost don't even exist. And yet he was talking about how they maybe weren't the best, which just, frankly, it's impossible for someone who legitimately understands the game at even a mediocre level to be saying the things that he was saying. Elon Musk went from pretending to be one of the best players in the world at Quake, when he simply wasn't, to showcasing his own Elden Ring build, which got
like,
him
bro, the only thing this freaking quarterstaff is missing is a plus number to the level of all melee skills. The crit rate stats could be higher for sure. A near 20% increase to attack speed is insane. Like matched with the increased physical damage, it has a plus 12% to block chance, which means it's a tier 2 quarterstaff.
Elon Musk went from pretending to be one of the best players in the world at Quake, when he simply wasn't, to showcasing his own Elden Ring build,
insane amounts of damage,
which got him universally laughed at. And then suddenly, he's a rank 1 Diablo player with a sample size of 800 people, using a short-lived infinite damage exploit, and pretending to be top 10 in the world for a high-profile game like Path of Exile, hardcore, in such a pathetically inauthentic and unbelievable way that the entire community just openly and immediately sees what's really happening and laughs at him. Capping the whole thing off, as if it could possibly get any worse, after being called out by practically everyone, more specifically though Asmongold, who did a video about the whole situation.
Oh, and that's the best part too. Elon goes after Asmongold, who had nothing to do with it. It wasn't Asmongold isn't even the one that like outed him for this. It was Quinn.
He started bragging about how he's played with the world's best players, even leaking private messages with Asmongold as some sort of counterattack, after openly stating that Asmongold has to ask his boss for permission before he can do anything, because Elon somehow read that Asmongold has a video editor who makes content out of the live streams and posts it to the YouTube channel, and took that to mean that the video editor, who is an employee of Asmongold, is somehow his puppet string pulling boss. It's hard to express at this point just...
Yeah, Elon Musk is so detached from reality and the normal modern day man that he really thinks that some random freaking streamer is gonna have a editor, like as in a boss, a editor that controls his actions. Like, bro, Elon is so like detached from like real people that he's like actively like getting more stupid.
Just how stupid this man has exposed himself to be. Not only is he insecure in his own video game accomplishments to a point he will violate the terms of service for high-profile titles to falsify said accomplishments.
Yeah, isn't leaking DMs against Twitter terms of service?
Grinding Gear Games legitimately needs to ban him, by the way. What he's doing is very clearly against their terms. But not only that, he lies about his own status and then fundamentally misunderstands the most basic, child-level concepts, right down to the idea that the person criticizing him is being governed by a video editor. He even went and temporarily took away the verification checkmark on Asmongold's Twitter account, like a temper-driven toddler. And when I
not only the verification checkmark, but also the gaming checkmark. His blue checkmark and his gaming checkmark. That is hilarious, dude.
Everything in context, I think owning Twitter literally broke his brain. Having that many millions of people constantly sucking up to you for ad revenue all day, every day on social media, and then going full terminal online mode like he has, somehow like fused new pathways in his brain, which turned him erratic, insecure, and just, I don't know, completely out of touch. It's sad. In the end, the world's richest man is also a serial fabricator of accomplishments for multiple of gaming's most notorious titles, while he lashes out and doubles down, refusing to acknowledge that paying someone else to do things for you does not actually award you those achievements. He obviously thinks it does, but I think at this point Elon Musk has comfortably earned himself the title of the biggest and most hilariously out of touch fraud in gaming history. That's it. If you support the channel, check out the links down below. A special VPN deal, of course, locals and Patreon for monthly memberships, merchandise, social media, etc., etc. But I'll cut it there and stop rambling. Actually,
Honestly,
final note. At this point, I'd be curious if anyone out there genuinely still thinks of him as a genius. Like, for real.
No, I mean, frankly, the guy is smart. It's just that he's petty. He's petty, insecure. Like, just because you're intelligent doesn't make you any less prone to being a human. Like, and humans do dumb things all the time for stupid reasons. Humans be doing stupid for stupid reasons, dog. Like, that's just how it is. That's just how it is. I love it. I love seeing just like it's so ridiculous. It's a little too ridiculous to even think it's real, bro.
Because like that illusion, that mirror is shattered for me. Anyway, as always, thank you all for watching. Question everything, and have a nice night.
Love it, my dude. Freaking hilarious. It is so wild. And of course, I'm gonna be sharing all the videos that we react to on the Discord, as always, my dude. You know what? I actually do want to take a look at the original video. Thanks for hanging out. Like or dislike, comment, and subscribe, and become a Monodachi today! I live stream all day, Monday through Friday, so go say hi! That's all for now, Monos. Goodbye, and thanks for swinging by. Salut!